Well, are we ready, folks?
I think we're ready.
I think we're ready. Welcome in, everybody, to the Proxy Podcast, Season 2, Episode number 2, with your hosts. It is I, Jshoea, HKK, and Azrael. We don't need to introduce ourselves at this point. All right, we're famous. We're super famous. But we should introduce our guest of today's stream, good friend of ours, Miss Bibi vtuber. Bibi, welcome to the stream. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi. Well, my name is Bibi. I do Zenless content. I don't know if that wasn't obvious. But yeah, VTubing kind of brought me to Gacha, so I was super into WUWA and Zenless just caught my eye. Now we're here forever, so...
As it should.
For the folks who don't know, we like to bring on a ton of different guests onto the stream, but Bibi's a lot more of a closer friend of us three in particular. So I thought this podcast, we just shoot the shit a little bit more.
Hey, listen, I got some hot takes for Zenless if you want to get into it.
Excuse me. My bad. I didn't know this was a drama podcast.
Always a drama cast.
Whoa. We already had the drama cast last time.
I got my yearly drama already, okay?
Yeah. Zenless Zone Zero 2.0. We're kind of getting towards the tail end of this patch, and I think by this time we'll talk about Jufufu Story Quest. I know we've done most of it, or most of the cast here have done it already, so we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Started it.
Yeah. Do we have any sort of encompassing thoughts about this patch that we've kind of grown over the past couple weeks?
So I started off the patch with a very interesting, semi-stressful experience on both the playing end and also the content creator end. But basically, I started off the patch, the main story, I was really disappointed when the patch first came out, both from the main story and just, I guess, my experience with it, because I had very high expectations for the patch for 2.0. I do still think that 2.0 did not meet my expectations, which is why my disappointment probably got super more amplified. Because, when you have high hopes and then it feels a lot worse when it doesn't meet those hopes, right? When the patch first came out, I had a little bit of a stressful crash out over the main story of it. I still agree with how I feel about how a lot of parts of the main story are not as strong, in my opinion, apart from the latter half, which was pretty good, but still, I think not enough for me to warrant the first half's struggles that I went through. But after having some time passed, I do think it wasn't crash out worthy, I guess. I think I was just very tired at the time and stressed and disappointed, so it was a multitude of things. I do really wish that it was a lot better, that first half, and that they had more substance in the first half, I would say. But for the most part, it was more disappointing than anything really super terrible. And I have started Jufufu's story. I haven't finished it yet, but so far I am actually really liking it because it seems pretty fun. It has some creative ideas. I actually like how they're doing the little storytelling method of, I'm not going to go into details, but little storytelling method of, filming the scenes, I guess, with the combat, which is really cute. And yeah, I'm looking forward to finishing it. So yeah, so that's my current thing. I do think the events are pretty fun. The events overall have been pretty neat, very cute, very interesting. Some of the voice lines from some of them, but yeah. So I think the patch overall has been pretty decent. I don't think it met up to most people's expectations for being the 2.0 launch, especially considering some of the patches before 2.0 were a bit more dry. So this was supposed to be the massive launch. So I don't think it met that, but I do think it's pretty solid and has been very enjoyable in a lot of parts outside of, in my opinion, the main story. So I am currently having a decent time, and I'm hopeful and excited for the future. I just am a little worried about the comic stuff, but we don't have to go into detail about that right now. After a bit of a down period from the initial first half of the launch, I am now kind of going back and having a good time. So yeah.
All right.
I've enjoyed 2.0 so far, but I'm really disappointed in the performance issues. That is where I'm getting the most problematic feelings of being dang, 2.0 would be perfect if it wasn't for the temple event and the performance. I don't know.
Because I think J-Stern was talking about that, right? That like people figured out that might be why the performance issues happening is because the temple has to like constantly contact the server or something.
I hate that. I'm like, what, level 10, 11 in the temple event? Because I absolutely despise the temple event. But it's like, fine. It's whatever.
Yeah.
But
I actually quite like it.
I just don't want to do it. And then the performance stuff is like really problematic. Because like, even during Jufufu story quest, I had like stutters, and I was like, "Is this the temple? Is the temple doing this?" And I want to like jump off the highest cliff if Yukon Summit.
I wasn't lagging as bad as Age was because I was in Age's chat when she was doing the fighting, and you could clearly see there was a disconnect. For me, there was like some stutters, but very rarely did it really impact me. But I feel so disingenuous when I voice my opinion because I got the benefit from getting advice from you two, amongst others, right? About like how I can like avoid a lot of those things, a lot of those like road bumps to have a much more smooth experience. And then unfortunately, I'm a zoo tycoon, roller coaster, city tycoon guy. Sorry, as a child, I have all the games. So for me, I can understand that everybody, you know, it's not everybody's cup of tea, right? And them forcing it upon the players, it's not something that is conducive to a greater, more positive experience. And that also leading to performance issues as well, potentially.
No, I like the temple event. I just didn't want them to hold my hand through like every single tutorial. The story.
I needed to with the temple event. I'm not gonna lie, the temple UI confused the absolute shit out of me at first.
Yeah.
I was like, where am I going? What am I doing? Like,
what am I crafting? Yeah.
Yeah. Why am I crafting this?
Why is there shop and sales? What the heck is this?
I clicked on it. Like whenever I log on, I'll go through and I'll be like, is something selling? No, start selling. But I don't log in enough now, I realized. So I'm not nearly as low as Bibi is. I think I'm at like 26, but still taking a long. Also didn't know that apparently exploration is locked behind the temple event.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Apparently there's like areas that actively unlock as you level the temple up.
I didn't know that.
It's associated with the quest that has Monado in it.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, there are three quests that unlock 3 whole new areas. So if you guys like Monado,
that's crazy.
You know, you'll have a little bit of fun. Tease them a little bit. I won't say too much more.
Yeah, I gotta figure out. I need to do that like as soon as possible because I think I've done literally everything else besides the temple at this point.
Yeah. Just to get context, you can unlock 2 out of the 3 areas at like 25, I think, and then the last area goes at like 35. I think, or something like that. Yeah, but to get all 6 areas, you need to be 35, I believe, chat. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's really not that bad.
I just want the silly hat. I want the silly hat.
Yeah, the big panda hat thing.
Yes.
It's
I want the earrings. The second earring set that they have for Belle looks really, really cute.
Yeah.
Can I derail the podcast immediately?
Of course.
Oh boy.
Sure.
Okay, great.
Because you know,
Age brought up K-pop Demon Hunters, and then you immediately told us to stop. And I gotta say that it's so good. I literally last night I kept seeing clips of it on TikTok, and I was like, this looks so cute. And so I was like, it got to the point where I saw enough clips that yesterday when I was at work, I was like, I'm just gonna delay stream. So I delayed stream by 2 hours so that I could go home and watch it after work. And it is so good. It is legitimately so good. I was watching it with a couple other my boys, and one of them was like, you know, it's a little cheesy, and I'm like, dude, I'm over here kicking my feet like a little girl. It's so good. But the music is so banger. Yeah.
Okay. As an outsider, because I think I'm the most removed, I believe, aside from Bibi, this is my general sentiment, and correct me if I'm wrong. It has K-pop girls, K-pop boys, vampires, and vampire demons and
It's demons.
it's demons and demon slayers.
They're K-pop demon hunters.
There's
Demon
demons and
hunters.
there's hunters.
Okay.
It's the name.
There's demons and there's hunters and there's K-pop.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a very fitting title.
Okay.
It's a
And
banger.
they fight the demons by singing K-pop.
Oh, okay. Wait, now I need to watch this.
Yeah,
It's so good.
it's
I'm so
legitimately
normal.
so good.
I'm so
Um,
normal about Genu.
So Genu's your
are
favorite.
you? Yeah, I'm sure. I will say I'm not gonna spoil it, but the end choreography, yeah, I was like, yeah, I get it. I really do. The fight choreography is actually really
I'm the
good.
only one.
Okay.
The animation's incredible,
Yes.
especially for like them being 3D models. The facial expressions in that movie
Yeah.
is incredible.
Mhm.
Also, it's done by Sony. I didn't realize
Ah.
it's actually like straight up done by Sony Animations.
Okay.
Also, some of the animators
so-
from Spider-Verse.
Okay.
But definitely check it out. It's on Netflix.
Okay. Wait. So Juno was it or who?
No,
Genu.
Genu.
Okay. I'm just trying to get a lay of the land. So age,
Yeah,
your
yeah.
favorite's Genu. All right. So like
I
know
think he's probably like a lot of people's favorite.
I just
Yeah,
need to
he's
see
like
who to
the
look out
main
for.
Demon boy.
He's the main one of the main
Oh,
characters.
okay. As who is your favorite?
Zoe.
Okay.
She's one of the main 3 girls, but she's not like the main girl.
That's so based. Alice. She's also my favorite too.
Dude, I love her. She's so cute.
Ruby, Zoe, and Genu. I'm just
Please
Typers,
watch it.
typers.
It's over.
Googling.
He's Sung Jing Woo, they're saying. Okay. I see.
I mean, yeah, he kind of looks like him.
he's some Genu Woo.
Yeah.
Oh, he's ore farming. Okay, I see.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. I derailed it. I'll rope it back in. Okay, to be fair though, there really is there anything else like specifically Zenless that you guys want to talk about?
Yeah, this podcast, just for reference for everybody, it's coming right before Special Program 2.1. We're also, before drip marketing, which I mean, well, technically we already had some for Alice and Yuzuha, who we technically got to see their models.
Shack.
The Spook
Spook
Shack, they're
Shack.
absolutely adorable.
I know.
As any Easter eggs that anybody found from or not when I say as, but just everybody, any Easter eggs that you guys found around those characters?
Not necessarily. No. I mean, there's the Mystic Wares thing. There's the fact that from the drip marketing, we now know that I don't even know if I mentioned this last time, but Lucy knows Alice.
Oh,
So
Oh, I didn't know
it's
that
gonna be
one.
A cute little interaction.
Okay, there you go.
I didn't know that.
Alice is
Huh.
from a prominent family, and
Yes.
Lucy's also from a prominent
Oh,
That makes sense,
That makes
okay.
sense. That makes sense.
Yeah,
family.
yeah.
So there was an interaction of I think it was Lucy asked or Alice asked Lucy to like braid her hair and like the twin things.
Okay, yeah.
And like one of
Cute.
them just like so they have a little thing, which I mentioned this before, that I think it would be really cute if they have Lucy and Lycon interact, if Lycon like was ever an attendant for Lucy's family.
Oh,
And I would still want to see that, but with Alice.
Lycon
also.
content?
Yeah.
Yeah, more
More
Lycon
Lycon content, I won't say no.
That's why I want it, right? The more
Okay.
Lycon content. But yeah, I mean that's super cute. Yuzuha likes to pull pranks. She likes money.
Me too.
Yo, me.
I think I
Holy
also
shit,
like
eh?
money.
Yeah, who doesn't like money, really? And she seemingly, I don't know if the entire shop of Mystic Wares is basically just bait, but it seems like Mystic Wares is basically just like a bait shop. Like everything there is fake, and it's
They're
a
a bunch
funny
of
little like
scammers.
yeah, she's like a bunch of scammers. She's just scamming everyone.
She feels like
But, yeah.
Nicole. I don't know if anyone else gets that.
No, yeah,
Personality-wise.
I can
Mm.
see it 100%.
They have the same energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Kamano's personality was very different from what I expected from the main story. Because in the teaser, right, they had him from the back. They showed him from the back, and he looked like the really cool, badass, like cool-headed type guy.
Yeah.
And then he's a himbo. He's a
Okay.
himbo.
He's still cool though.
Yeah,
Yeah, he is
yeah.
still cool. But just personality-wise, I mean, that's kind of the vibe I got, though. Maybe it's because the teaser itself just made everyone look really cool. But like Orpheus, right, and Kamano's personalities, both of them they seem very different from my expectation, which is not a bad thing. obviously. It's just they just seem different because I thought that they were gonna have like the really cool, like calm, badass characters, but then it seems like they are going with the very funny, goofy, but still badass character.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
there are a lot of the.
I was gonna say, at least we do have reasons for like, because for Orphe, it could just be during the teaser, like if they can't fully swap bodies, then Magus was in control. Okay, actually, sorry, chat was flaming, like everyone was saying Magus or Magus differently. I don't remember how they say the name. It doesn't matter. We'll hear it more
Tomato,
later.
potato, guys, come on.
Yeah, so they could like swap. I don't know. And then Kamino, we did see him be like the rude, like badass when we first met him, until he realized that we weren't like part of Tops, and then he was like,
and then he was like, "Oh, sorry, I apologize. I thought you guys were, assholes, so I treated you guys like such, but my bad. I apologize." Because I feel like usually a lot of characters, they sometimes do get kind of tropey in games for sure, but seeing a character like that do a 180, it feels very realistic, right? He thinks that you're from an organization that he hates, so he's gonna treat you like he hates you, but then his personality is actually pretty chill, and then the moment he finds out that he was wrong, he's like, "Oh, sorry, my bad. Didn't know you were chill like that."
And this question, I feel like we should have asked Bibi. Now that we have you here, we've been talking about factions and our love for some of the newer characters. Did you take to any of the newer characters yourself? Like, which of the new cast of 2.x characters are you liking or looking forward to? I
would like to know more about Alice because she's got some connections and I need some deep lore. Her color palette is like completely different from everyone else's. And for some reason, it like reminds me of like PubSec or like Tops or whatever. And so I want to know that deep backstory. I need that deep lore because PubSec is like my favorite. And if there's like some weird connection there, I'm all in. I'm all in.
Yeah, there's a big theory that the colors are like the exact same, so I think this is true. But yeah, I think she is training to become a public security officer.
I'm down.
Yeah, and I think that would be super cute. But yeah, we'll see how much she is an S rank, so that means she's going to be getting more of a backstory than she would be if she was an A rank.
Yeah,
true.
Yeah. Feel that?
Need Damien so bad. Yeah, do you guys want Damien playable?
I really like how they did Damien in the story.
Yeah.
If he is still, I know it's like still the funny Damien the HIA guy. If it is the HIA guy, I think it's peak. I mean, I still like his character either way, but yeah, Damien do be kind of. Yeah, so they did write like I mentioned this almost every single podcast now at this point, but in the little like dev interview thing that they had before season 2 started, when they said that they wanted to try and write characters in a way that they feel like they had the presence before they release, as opposed to the smaller things that they did with like Astra. Or like just like the small teases through events where like if you didn't really pay attention, then you wouldn't know, and then when you do meet them in game, they act like they've met you before, which if you didn't play the event, then you'd be confused, like when the fuck did I meet you? But that could be like with Damien, that could be them doing exactly that. And also yesterday I found out, I don't know if you have to do Jufufu's quest first or not, because they chat told me to go look after. Today I think the new Crispy Boo event started, but yesterday, if you went to the oh god, I forgot. I always forget the name. The music area where you like take Astra the first time you meet her.
Music
area? The underground.
Oh, Reverb Arena.
Yes, Reverb Arena. If you go to Reverb Arena, you would see Crispy Boo there and Bellabog Bears building where the event is going to be, essentially. So it was like teasing the event, like building up that the event's going to actually be there, which was cool.
Nice.
But yeah, I hope they keep doing stuff like that, because little small stuff like that makes the world feel so alive, and it's really nice.
100%.
Just bring back the comics. everything else amazing. Everything they're adding, so good. Just please don't take the comics away, man. Just like do everything you're doing, plus leaving the comics in, and then it's like perfect direction, you know, perfect path we'd be going down. Please bring the comics back.
I do want to pivot a little bit once again, to more like, I guess more of like the just the cultural summer stuff, and like, because you guys were interested in K-pop. I keep saying vampire hunters, K-pop demon hunters.
Demon hunters, yeah.
But is there any other things that we might be looking forward to in and around the summer in terms of like media, events, other games maybe?
There is another game. It's not a gacha game. It's Pragmata. Have you guys seen it? Pragmata at all?
No.
No, you've never heard of it? It's
Nope.
gonna destroy me. So Pragmata is a new game by Capcom that is basically like you find this robot, like this robotic girl, and it's basically father-daughter goes on adventures, and I know it's going to be a story. I tell chat this every time. My only thing on my bucket list is just have a family, and I've wanted a daughter since I was like 13. And so knowing what this game is, I've been excited for this game since they first revealed it back in like 2000. It's been a long time. Like I think it was 2017, 16, 17 that they first revealed it or something.
Yeah.
Or even before that. I don't remember. And then it's been delayed. But apparently it's goated. People have been playing it now at like demos and stuff. But I know it's going to be a sad ass story. I know something's going to happen to the girl and it's going to make me cry. But I'm really, really excited to it. I'm going to play it on stream. I'm kind of pivoting away from gacha.
Shocked, huh?
No gacha?
No gacha.
No gacha. I will only keep Zenless. And I'm pretty sure within 2 years that will be the only gacha game on my channel. I'm pretty much pivoting away from gacha.
Ooh. You heard it here first. Variety as is on its way.
I just played Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
It was all right. It wasn't the greatest thing. I was really excited for it, but yeah, I mean, it is good for what it is, but it's still, it's the new companies like Steel Wool, which nothing against them or the way that they do Five Nights at Freddy's games, but it's definitely very, very different from what I was used to growing up with Five Nights at Freddy's. And but it was still really fun. It's the first like full horror game that I think I've played on the channel in probably 8+ years. So it was fun to have that on the channel.
Nice.
And I finished it a lot faster than I thought. So yeah, anyway, it's if you're into Five Nights at Freddy's, play it. I mean, it's fun. The story's all right. And yeah, now I'm going to be doing, what's it called? Expedition 33.
Yes, I really want to finish it. Oh my god, I'm playing it so slowly, but
where are you at
I
right
want to
now?
finish
Are you
it so
still in
bad.
Act
I think
2?
I'm around like halfway through the story. I'm in the middle of Act 2, so I think I'm somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, that's about halfway.
It's just from start to finish. The game is. I don't want to say anything, but it's just so good.
I know. I've had
like the
so many people tell me
storytelling,
it's
the
gonna
story writing.
change my whole mindset.
There's so many mind-blowing moments, and I feel like at any time you just don't know what's happening, and you just keep getting your mind blown by what's happening.
As it should be. That means a good game.
Good game.
Yeah.
Good game.
The combat looks great of Expedition 33. I do really enjoy that aspect.
yeah,
it reminds me
it's
of
really
obviously
fun.
like Star Rail kind of, but like with a parry mechanic, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is neat. Oh, I still haven't played it. I just don't have enough time.
So what about you? You got anything?
Oh yeah, I kind of want to pivot. Talking about turn-based games. Just started Persona 5: The Phantom X.
Ooh,
Dude,
is that the gacha one?
how
It's
is
the
it?
gacha.
Yeah.
I
How
will
is it?
admit, very much like Solo Leveling Arise and other gacha games that are derived from animes or mangas or other series, it very much kind of follows the storyline of Persona, yet also like has its own like spin just for the game, of course. But I think for what it is, like the art is really freaking good. The world building, the actual like you going around like the small sections, you get to go around like Shibuya and like all those like classic locations is like it's really good. Yet I was going through, I forgot who in chat showed me this. We were going around like looking at some of the units in the game, and they genuinely look like AI generated art. There was this character called Nekomata. Legit, the character's called Nekomata. I'll put it up in post. She is just the most goofy AI looking character.
That's just like normal Persona.
Yeah. But like it gets worse. It gets a lot worse. There's some really wacky looking ones, but like, you know, as far as like, you know, the other variety that are not just like, oh, Joker, obviously, and the main characters and XYZ other characters. But no, but the game is freaking good.
I'll have to look at the art, because the design itself is like, is copy and paste from the last like five plus Atlas games. Like that's just straight up Nekomata.
Yeah. And just for context, folks, I haven't finished a Persona game all the way through. So this is like
none of them?
None of them.
Wait,
I know,
is it
it's
this
crazy.
One? Wait, she looks sick.
What? Wait.
I haven't played any of the Persona games either.
You haven't either? Bibi, have you?
I've never played Persona either.
All the way through. I have played a little bit. And then Metaphor Refantasio, I finished Act 1, and then I haven't touched back upon it because it's just a lot of hours, man.
They're not cultured.
I'm not cultured.
You know, I own Persona. I just haven't played it.
Which one?
I have Persona 5, and then the blue one. Was the blue one 3 too?
The blue one's 3.
Yeah, the blue one.
Yeah, 3's
I got the
good.
red one and the blue one.
Yeah, yay! I can't wait for the green one to come out. Yeah, I highly recommend all Persona games. They're actually really good, except Persona 1. I did play also Persona 2. Actually, that's the one I have not played. I have not played Persona 2. I did play Persona 1 on my hacked like PS Vita. That game is rough. That game is so rough. Never play 1. Okay. The navigation in 1 will make you actually want to paint your walls behind you. Like it's very not good.
Okay.
So
that was like me trying to play the first Resident Evil.
Wait, like the original?
It's the remake of the original.
Oh, okay.
But the like QOL / like saving system. Oh my! I wanted to jump. I wanted to jump. At a certain point, I stopped being scared because I was just so pissed and frustrated.
Yeah. I am excited for the new one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, freak, dude. Yeah, highly recommend. If you guys have Game Pass, Persona 3 Reload is on there, so you could play
okay.
And then I'm sure that because they announced, I mean, I have no idea when it's gonna really. I don't think we have a release date, but they announced that they're redoing Persona 4 in the same way that they did Persona 3, like it's a full remake.
Full remake, okay.
So that's probably also going to be on Game Pass when that releases. Which, by the way, chat probably will agree with me. They absolutely missed on the name. Okay, is it P4 Revival? So you know, every Persona game has its theme. Persona 4 is based on like TVs.
Sure.
It absolutely should have been Rewind. Like it's all about like everyone thought that it was going to be called Rewind, and then they just called it Revival. Lame. They absolute missed opportunity. They still have time to change it.
True, they do.
It is a working title. They have working titles for projects usually. So
yeah,
take notes.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna make a Zenless joke because of TVs.
Oh no!
Persona Zone Zero.
No, I've realized people don't like it when I bring up the TVs, so I've learned my lesson. Yeah. It is.
So it's a traumatizing topic for some people, I guess.
I know. I bring it up and they're like, "Yeah, I'm glad that shit's gone," and I'm like,
"Okay."
Come here.
But yeah, I mean, have you guys been able to play any? I know we're all busy, but is there games that you guys have been playing like off stream or?
I started playing Valorant again, which is not
uninstall Valorant. That is so bad. No way.
No, okay. In my defense,
Shell shock.
listen. No. Because I used to play a lot of Valorant, and then I stopped for the past year because I was so busy, and then I just didn't really like feel as motivated to play. But recently, okay, they had VCT, which is the esports event in my city, which is very rare. They had Masters Toronto, so I went with my friends because all my friends play Valorant, and they continued playing it, and then it like revived my my Valorant arc, I guess, because now I just really want to play Valorant again.
Question: the year off that you had on Valorant, was your mental health better? Because if it was, I think I know why. No, listen, Harbor's in that game, so based. Harbor's in.
No, I used to solo queue. I solo queued Valorant, streaming it for a year. I am never solo queuing ever again because I just enjoy playing with friends. It is still tilting, obviously, but I've always had that bit of like competitiveness in me, and I do like shooting games a lot. And Valorant's nice because all my friends play it, and it is a bit like slower in terms of some FPSs because I'm not good. I don't think I'm terrible, but I'm also not very good, so I prefer it when it's a bit like slower. Which Valorant is.
I also have that like competitive like want. And that's why I loved Omega Strikers. Did any of you guys play Omega Strikers?
I didn't play it, but I
seen
saw
clips.
it.
Damn it!
I've seen clips,
Omega
though.
Strikers chat. Hopefully, there's someone in chat that's played Omega Strikers. Omega Strikers was so goddamn fun to watch too. The esports on Omega Strike. It's best way for me to explain it. If you don't even know what it is, it's literally anime air hockey. Essentially, is what it is. And it's over the top view. Bird's eye view, and it was so fun. But unfortunately, the player base kind of like died off, and then they did like they're like, hey, we're gonna stop supporting the game, and we're gonna work on a different game because this didn't work. They weren't making enough money to like keep it up. But all of the characters in the game all had like great designs. They were all original characters. It was fucking sick. They all had lore, and all the lore was super sick too. And thankfully, they said whatever game they make next, they will keep the characters at least and like merge it over to whatever
that's
game it
nice.
is, which is sick. So
That's
excited
really,
to see
really
whatever they're cooking up. The last prototype that they cooked up was it was like Smash, but a battle royale. And it was very interesting. It played very, very interesting. It was I got into the playtest for it and I played it, and it was definitely fun, but obviously it was literally just it was a absolute mock-up. Like they were basically letting you just play a mock-up of an idea to see if people liked it enough to fully, dive into it.
Commit.
And so there was a lot of issues with it, but I mean the idea was cool. Anyway.
Okay, but we're talking about like Valorant and Fallen player base. Did any of you play Sternova? The gacha?
No,
I didn't.
saw so many people playing it. I wanted to try it, but I haven't.
It was
That's
so
good.
I loved Sternova, and I was so sad to not see it like perform well as a gacha. But yeah, no, hey, we should just all get a lobby with chat. Just play
Wait,
Sternova.
it's a gacha?
It's a gacha. It's a Valorant gacha. Yes, yeah.
What? I didn't know the gacha aspect was there. What do you gacha for?
Skins.
You gacha for the skins, yeah.
Oh, the skins? Oh.
Oh, okay. Well, at least that's better than gotching for like playable agents.
You can buy the characters as long as you play.
Yeah,
and then,
that would be.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's good at least.
It's pretty great. I don't know. I really like the mechanics of Sternova because you can go like paper mode, like flat.
That did look really funny.
But yeah, no, I think I played Sternova on stream for like a week, and then I dropped it, and I was so sad to see it not perform well. I was like, please bring it back.
We can download it. We can play it.
Who was your character? I played the desert girl.
It was the girl that was originally on the banner that was like, she threw like a shadow down. I don't remember.
Was it the healer?
I think so, yeah. And then there was like another girl who was just like a fire character, and she got like a new skin, and I was like, I'll just do that one, I guess.
Okay.
I don't remember any of their names. It's been so long ago. This was forever ago.
Yeah, I just watched Tuano play it a lot.
Tuano was, because he was on the CN server.
Tuano was addicted. Tuano was addicted to Sternova. Every time I would like see him streaming, he'd just be playing Sternova. I was like, you know what? He's living
Hey,
his life.
Yeah.
All new competitive games are really fun to play at the start because no one knows what they're doing. So it's just fun to go through it. But once people start to figure the game out and start to go sweat mode, that's when the play base dies in every game. That's just how it goes.
When it becomes
It's
a solved
super
game,
fun.
yeah.
Yeah, until everyone figures out how to min-max, and then it's just over.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why Zenless is a dead game now, chat. Don't you know that?
Yeah, we solved it. We solved
Thanks,
it.
Meta Squad.
Why are we always in drama? One of us is always starting drama.
It's this week with Genshin because I wanted to come back to Genshin. This was my first time. I was like, I told you guys last podcast. I was like, hey, I'm installing back
yeah, you're
WUWA.
excited.
I'm making a WUWA like essay video on my 2.2 and
God, I'm
2.4
so
experience. I'm
dude.
just to
Are you ready
tease
to
it, it's
cancel
very
again?
positive. So for me, 2.2 and 2.4 was like WUWA in one of its best forms. I'm not I don't want to drama farm when I say this, man, but like what I expect when it comes to an experience of like, multifaceted like ways to display, the story and like, comic panels, right? Like WUWA doesn't have comic panels, but they change perspective and change art styles and all that stuff. They have, action, they have great storytelling and lore to it. I was like, whoa. I was not necessarily, it wasn't that I wasn't ready for it. It's just that I think that it went so understated around the community, personally, that the story has just been really, really damn good and entertaining. And it's only going to get better because I don't want to spoil the story where we're at, but like, this is only I think 1 out of 3 larger parts to the greater storyline of Rinasita. So I'm like, bro, it gives me food to go off of versus some of the other games where it gives me a smorgasbord of different foods. I'm like, I don't know what I'm eating here. I mean,
I wanted to get into WUWA, not on stream. It was probably gonna be something that I wanted to like kind of play myself.
Fair.
But literally the only I have not heard about the new story stuff. It's just Kuro is very, very, very good at feeding my redhead addiction, like to a crazy degree. They drop so many redheads, and I see the banners every time, and I'm like, damn, I really gotta download this game again. Because who was the most recent one?
Lupa.
She's like a
Lupa.
Yeah, she's like
the dog girl.
She's so
yeah,
cool.
she's like super dominant or something. I saw literally all I saw.
Okay, well.
All I'm saying.
Okay, but like,
Yeah.
since we're all playing WUWA, we could just do co-op now. Cause like
You guys can carry me. You guys
so
can carry
much
me, right?
better.
You
I can carry. I'll
Y'all
carry.
can carry.
I'm the
Y'all
number
can
one
carry me, right?
I'm the number 1 casual, okay? I'm the number
Me too.
Literally, ALG is like, Age, teach me how to play WUWA. I'm like, bro, I barely know how to play WUWA.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I stopped after 1.0, so I will definitely need to be carried.
I just finished 2.0 and I haven't really picked it up, but I am excited for the new characters in WUWA. But WUWA is like my comfy offline gacha. So anytime y'all want to be carried and carry me, we could just collectively carry each other and explore.
Perfect, because you need to carry me in
Yeah.
Dead by Daylight too.
Oh.
Yeah!
Oh my God,
the
Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, because we were talking about the Kaneki
I played that
collab.
once.
Yeah, the Tokyo
Oh.
collab. I really,
Yo,
I've literally never played Dead by Daylight. Or sorry, I played Dead by Daylight maybe one time, and it was like towards when it first launched, and I was like, what is this? And I was like, I don't want to play this. But
It's a
they've had so many
glorified
cool
ring around the
collabs.
rosy.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. But I've
Mhm.
also heard that there's like it's always funny when it's PvP games that kind of create their own unspoken rules.
Mhm.
Like apparently, even though it's literally the killer's job to stop the generators from going on, it's like bad to camp the generators.
Yeah.
It's like bad sportsmanship. It's
like
like
bad
okay,
manner.
I
Yeah,
guess
DM.
I guess I could get that. The only other game of like that I played that had that was For Honor, and in For
Oh.
Honor I would like only do the 2v2s, and it was like if you won your 2v2 and the other two were still fighting, you would just wait. Like let them
Yeah,
finish the
yeah.
1v1.
Oh.
But like it was so disrespectful if you finished your 1v1 and then jumped in on the other 1v1 and made it a 2v1.
Yo, I
But-
haven't thought about For Honor in forever. I did play that game. That's crazy.
Yeah, I haven't played it
Yeah.
in so long. Like
Gotcha.
so long. But it was good. It was fun.
But yeah, we talked about Dead by Daylight because Corin's VA does the action sounds for Rize, which is
Yeah,
Oh,
cool.
really?
Yep.
yeah. So it's really cool. Yeah, so I'm trying to get a party together. Also, it's Dead by Daylight's 9th anniversary masquerade going on. So there's like a ton of
9?
points.
9?
yeah.
Like 9 years?
9 years, yeah, 9 years, yeah.
No way.
Yeah, 9
That there's no way.
Oh no.
9?
Oh no.
9. Yeah.
We're uncles and
When did
aunties. Oh no.
Well,
Daylight
I
come
guess
out?
we gotta download time.
You know what's funny? My relationship with Dead by
That's
Daylight is I played it like once, but I have these periods of time where I become really obsessed with the game, like watching on Starva. I literally will binge on Starva for periods of time where it's like the only thing I will watch, and I also obsessively like look up lore and stuff for Dead by Daylight 2, even though I don't play the game.
I didn't even know that there was lore.
There's
deep
so much lore.
in Dead by
There's so
Daylight,
much
yeah.
lore. Oh my god,
That's
it's so
crazy.
good.
Okay.
I just
I
remember
actually
being, like,
love the DVD lore.
I remember being impressed with the. I think it was an original killer, but the when they did the teaser trailer, it was the dude in a tent, and it's like this weird. It's like the tall thing, and its head is like crooked to the side, and then it like mimics like voices or something.
I think you're
I
talking
forget
about
what
the
it's called.
Singularity. Is that what it is? Oh god, no one in my chat plays Dead by Daylight either.
I
This is just a
remember there
guilty
was, like,
pleasure
a-
of mine.
I remember there was like a controversy over this one
Oh.
Oh,
when they like first like dropped what it was.
his name is the
Oh,
unknown.
is it the unknown?
Oh
Uh,
yes.
I think it might be the unknown.
Singularity is the
Let me see.
robot. Unknown is the other guy. You're right, chat.
Yes, I'm thinking of the unknown. Yeah, that we.
Okay.
Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah. That's that thing.
I know he looks great, right?
Yeah.
Grim has 248 hours of DVD. Holy.
Oof.
That's so crazy. I did not realize he was 9 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Monko.
That
feel
thing came
so
out only
old.
3 years after GTA 5.
Where
I have
GTA 6?
500 hours in Dead by Daylight.
We all role playing
Really?
GTA 6 guys.
5.
No, I have no interest in GTA 6 actually. I never played GTA 5. I've
Okay.
never played a GTA game. ever.
Whoa, really?
And I have no interest in it at this point. I think.
Okay.
I think it's because I'm kind of over open world stuff.
Yeah, for those who don't know what we're talking about, just generalized context, RP role playing. So people would jump into GTA servers to role play and create characters and such, and just like Az was saying, they create their own characters, lore, stuff like that. You know, just like D&D and you know.
Yeah, I think I just never really had any like friends who were super into RP either. So then I never had many opportunities to try it
It's
out.
because it's cringe. You
Oh,
have
be
to-
cringe
it's-
and be free.
That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be so. If you've never RP'd before, it's gonna be so fucking awkward when you first do it, like 100%. But you'll get used to it, like
Yeah.
decently fast.
I mean,
Take
honestly,
baby
I really
steps.
don't think I'll
Baby
be awkward.
steps.
I
mean,
I
we're
have no
Twitch streamers.
shame anymore.
We're Twitch streamers.
Yeah,
we,
I literally,
true.
at one point in my life, I had shame, and that was before I started streaming. And actually, before Zenless came out, I think ever since that one Lycon stream, I've let loose.
Oh, speaking of Lycon and you being a furry, did you see the
I'm
wolf in? Did you see the wolf in Neverness to Everness?
Oh,
I saw that they
boy.
actually have like a
No.
full-on wolf boy.
I have a wolf boy.
No, I actually haven't really been keeping up with any of the other gacha games, except for Ananta.
True, fair.
the only
Ananta, the one that has
Oh.
no content ever.
Yeah, exactly. That's why
one trailer.
There's
Yeah,
no
I'm still
content.
waiting. Hey, you and me, we're
And
waiting.
technically, I've been keeping up with Ananta too.
yeah.
By that logic,
There's
yeah.
been nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But just like wrap up the NTE point, I saw that there was a clip about one of NTE's characters copying a WUWA character's animations.
Oh.
Like, who's the guy that was
Animation,
free?
oh.
Who was the guy that was free in WUWA? Shang Li.
electric
Xiang
guy.
Liao.
Shang Liao.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Xiang
it was a
Liao.
clip of like one of NT's characters, legit bar for bar, like copying the full like attack animation. It was
Oof.
insane. And like you can say that WUWA copied Genshin, like, or copied like HSR, like, oh, you know, Shorekeeper, like it copied all like the themes of you know, Black Swan or whatever, blah blah blah. But like it wasn't animations and everything. It wasn't to that level.
Yeah.
This is legit just, hey, whatever you put in terms of your coding and scripts, I just copied and pasted that slap.
Yeah, I mean it's the entire debate of referencing / inspiration versus just, you know, copying verbatim, like tracing, right? With art.
Right.
Like you can take inspiration from characters if characters look similar, right? You know,
Yeah.
I do think a lot of gacha games have similar characters. They have similar inspirations, so then they end up looking pretty close. But then if you look at everything else of the character, right? Is the character arc the same? Is the writing the same? Are their animations the same? As long as there's enough differences, it's fine, even if characters are very similar. But if you're just taking an animation and like Control C, Control V, then that's
It's a little, yeah.
that's not good.
Well, Freak, there's something else I was gonna ask you guys.
Was it gacha game? Non-gacha game?
No, it was non-gacha game.
Oh,
Oh.
I don't know if this is the game you were mentioning, but Peak, anybody?
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Peak?
It's one of those. It's like a small. It's a multiplayer game, kind of like those. Like I think you have to climb a mountain together.
Yeah.
Something like
Wait,
that.
what?
One of those games.
Oh! I know
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
You've seen the
Yeah,
Chibi
yeah, yeah.
Dogi clip. Everybody's
I
seen
have.
the Chibi Dogi clip. Yeah.
Yes.
Have I?
It's
Oh,
a game.
maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know how else you describe it. Yeah, you climb the mountain, and you have like stamina.
Oh my god, we have to play.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
We have to.
And like the role playing on that is fun because like you could
Let's do
scream
it,
your
let's do
lungs
it.
out. You could scream your lungs out. It's hilarious.
Oh, dude, I can actually scream now. That's what's great.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I
can
can't.
scream now.
But
Because I don't have to worry about waking up my mother.
Mm.
Oh, are you guys going to Anime Expo? I'm not, but
Mm-mm.
I want
I
to,
am.
but it's too much
did
money
you
too
see the
soon.
merch?
I did see the merch.
Zenless?
Okay,
Yes.
so this will be our planning sesh because I'm getting hooked up with an exhibitor pass, exhibitor pass, whatever.
What does that
So
even mean?
I should be first in line for all the goodies and everything.
What the freak?
Wow.
Yeah.
If I
Gosh,
had
I will
the
sell
money,
you my soul.
oh yeah, I can sell you my soul. I don't have money, but I can do my soul.
So-
I like how he was like, "Did you see the merch? Oh, whoa! Can you get me the merch?" Oh,
No, I can't. I want it, but
Uh,
merch are
you
so
know,
it-
the merch
it's
is so
because the thing is, it depends on how much they'll sell me. Because
right.
you know,
yeah.
it's not like I got the deepest pockets, but I am getting almost everything because I also want to give it
Holy.
away too.
Okay,
'Cause-
okay.
Yeah, go
When
ahead.
you say everything, do
Yeah.
you mean everything,
I mean,
or do you mean one of each item?
no.
No, because there's a lot.
everything.
Because when I said
yeah.
I said that to Dave. I was like, "Get me one of everything."
Yeah.
And there's way more merch at Anime Expo
Oh,
than
yeah.
there was at the one that I got.
Yes.
I was like, "Give me one of everything," and then I gave him a budget. The budget was like $600. It went
Yeah.
like triple that.
Yeah.
And I was
it's
like,
not, yeah.
"Oh my god!" I was like, "No, never mind." I was like, "But I will increase it to $700." And then I was like, "So $700?
So, yeah, what's the
get
coolest
like
thing
however
you
much
can
you
get?"
can."
Yeah.
But they didn't have the super cool shit. Like at Anime Expo, they're gonna have the building blocks.
Yes, they will.
I want the build. I think it would be so fun to get the building blocks and do a stream of building it.
Yeah. Cause I was gonna see if you guys wanted to build it. We can all build one each together.
Yes!
Would be fun.
That sounds cute.
So-
That'd be so fun.
I'll figure
Oh my
out
gosh,
the
I will
logistics
tell you my
of that.
soul.
Huh?
And the monetary equivalent as well.
Yeah.
What's the monetary equivalent of your soul?
However much the building blocks cost.
It is $100 for each building set.
Is it? You know for
Yes.
sure.
I have a
I'm
little
pretty
more.
sure
Wait,
because
really?
it MSRP'd for 100. So the reason I say I'm getting everything is because I wouldn't have done this trip if I hadn't set the sub goal. So I'm pretty much 90 to 95% of the stuff I'm getting, I'm actually just giving away straight up. So except for maybe the set, which I did want to build, but it depends on also how many sets they'll sell me. That is also a problem. But all the keychains, all the pins, all the standees, all the cards and tickets and all that stuff, I will get for you guys. So just yes, I'll pick up as much as the bag they'll let me purchase with, or I don't know the limit.
If there is anything that I could possibly get from you, if I'm being honest, if it's not an actual merch item, it would be one of the free goodies that they give you for like spending a certain amount of money. And it's the holographic trigger character card.
The trigger card. Yeah, okay. I'll try to get that because I know there is trigger merch. There's also going to be the new Yukoi Summit characters as well. Yeah, there's a couple.
Do you want to see what the character card looks like so you know what I'm talking about?
Because I saw those with the like the cat ears. I know there's like cat ears or something, and then like a bunch of other free stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, there's Bang Boo ears.
Yeah, the Bang Boo ears.
Okay,
Yeah.
I found it.
Those are cute.
Yeah. So
wait, these are so cute. Okay, make this bigger.
Whatever, how much they'll allow me to purchase, I am purchasing almost one of every item if possible. Hopefully they'll let me buy out the shop. I'll be like, I'm Zenless Zone Zero content creator, guys. Don't worry, let me just buy all of your wares.
Don Zenless.
I am your darling son.
#1
Look at me.
Mojo.
The spitting image. Also, they gave me this. I don't know if you guys can see that. They gave me like when I got my ticket, they gave me like a little
Oh, dude.
patch, like a little patch.
Oh,
thing.
neat.
Okay, I have been saying for the last couple of years that I am going to go to Anime Expo the following year, and I have not done that, even though I've said that for the last like 3 years. The reason why this time is because I'm going to Japan this year. Like, at the
When?
End of the year, right?
September, like
Yeah.
mid September. Yeah. Very excited because I've literally never left the United States, so I got a passport for the first time. So this is gonna be awesome, like actually traveling and doing whatever. But next year, when I'm not going to getting the house and doing Japan, I wasn't able to go to Anime Expo. So
understandably so.
Next year, hopefully I can actually make it to Anime Expo.
Yep.
And then I can finally meet a bunch of people that I want to meet.
Yeah.
That's like the easiest way to meet people is at Anime Expo.
Okay, as. I'll save up too. I'll save up too next year.
Let's go.
Next year we gotta.
Let's go.
We can share accommodations too because I'm too broke to afford it myself.
Yes.
Okay, so none of us are going to TwitchCon?
I'm going to TwitchCon.
There you
TwitchCon.
go. And you're going to go to TwitchCon. Yeah.
Oh,
that makes
Wait,
sense.
you should use my link
Yeah.
to purchase your tickets.
When is TwitchCon?
October.
October.
I think October 17th to 19th.
Oh, that's so close to my birthday. Oh my goodness. How much is the ticket?
Expensive.
$250. But if you use the code now with my link, you also get 10% off with the referral code. Yeah, you should definitely do that. Not a pyramid scheme, by the way.
I have questions right now.
Yeah.
What is at TwitchCon? Because the thing, I don't even watch
question.
Twitch enough to like really even know who I would want to go and like see if they have like a panel.
The huge thing about TwitchCon is that it's a huge place to like put together everybody. So like even if you're not in like the gaming space, like you'll meet so many people from just like outside of just like our own sphere. I've been able to like meet one or two people, like especially at like the partner party. I think that's like one of the best places I had the opportunity to be able to chat with folk. And actually that's where I funny enough, I met all the HSR people at the partner party. So I met like Mina Aoyama. I already knew Brax, but Brax was there. I met up with Box and then Pokey as well, Mr. Pokey. So just a bunch of folk, and then I met up with my own Genshin friends at the time because Zenless Zone Zero there wasn't a big ZZZ scene yet, so at least no creators who were there going, if that makes sense. Yeah. But yeah,
Do IRL stream, please. We need a scuffed proxy podcast.
I
IRL.
was so mad
want to.
because I didn't realize there was rentals for backpacks. So if you guys know how IRL streaming works, like they'll of course you can use your phone. That's like the most like simple way to do it if you have your own internet and stuff like that. But if you're at a convention, of course, internet not so good. So they have backpacks where they have their own internet and their own service and their own whole setup.
That's crazy.
And they can allow you to rent that out. I didn't know. I would have rented one out if I knew.
I don't even want to know how much that would be.
I think it's pretty cheap. And then I didn't know I had a hookup to that, so I could have got it for free. But sad.
God damn.
No.
Josh, I need you to hook me up. Oh my god.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know because it was at the last day when they rented it out. It's like, oh yeah, I'm renting it out. I'm like, bro, could I ask you to hook it up with the manager? He was like, yeah. I was like, fine. But yeah,
that's crazy.
I've been to ones in my city. I've been to Anime North and Fan Expo.
Oh, Anime North, yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Dude.
But I feel like the ones in the US are
to-
probably a lot bigger.
Oh yeah, I guess. When I lived in Orlando, I used to go to MegaCon and then
okay, yeah.
Holiday Matsuri. But those big. MegaCon is massive, but I feel it's more like comic book based. There's like anime stuff there and like video game stuff there, but they go really heavy on like superheroes and comics.
Dude, that sounds sick though.
It is sick, yeah.
So, dude, what? That's so. I need to go to more conventions. I've only been to one convention, and it was RTX in 2019.
Oh, RTX is pretty goated though.
It was the last good one because it was the one before, or it was the last one before COVID. Because then it just like it fell apart, and then obviously Rooster Teeth like doesn't actually exist, but also it does exist now. It died, and then it does exist now. But yeah, I mean when I went, it was very fun, especially because all the like Ruby cosplays and stuff. I love Ruby. Ruby's awesome. Love that show. So seeing all the cosplays and stuff there was super fun, and all the artists, because at the time it was technically a business trip. So little as lore, I guess. There was me and a group of friends had this thing that we were trying to do. I wasn't one of the founders. I was just one of the like writers and like promotional like I forget what the actual word is, but it was basically they wanted to create their own comics. So it's characters at large.
Okay.
And so we had an initial vision of doing a anthology. And we did actually get 2 of the comics of that anthology series out. But after that, we didn't really have the funding to continue with like the artists and stuff like that. But there were 2 anthologies that are out, and that was a great opportunity to reach out to artists at like Artist Alley. For like all the art that we wanted to do for the different stuff. But I still would like to eventually hire an artist and get the story that I wrote for that anthology actually out, because
dude, that'd be awesome.
I did actually like that one a lot. Yeah.
I mean, the other cons that you might be interested, we got to get you out of Comic-Con.
Yeah, I wanted to go to Comic-Con for so long.
No. Fun. Hoyoverse is now at Comic-Con.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
There was Zenless Zone Zero at Comic-Con.
Dang.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then last Comic-Con,
Holy.
they had the announcement of Doctor Doom. And this is not a spoiler because this was like big news in the Marvel space.
I did see that. Yes.
Yeah. At Hall H, I went ballistic. I would have loved to be there at last year's Comic-Con, and it made me FOMO so hard. Because it was a marriage of like, just I am a big fan of comics, DC, Marvel, even, of course, MCU stuff, which Fantastic Four, anybody, but
Oh yeah, that's coming out
Dude.
soon.
Yeah.
I'm curious
It
how
actually
it's gonna
looks
be.
really good.
I'm so excited.
It looks so good. Also, the new Superman actually looks really good too.
Yeah. I'm super excited because, a lot of the direction around Marvel and DC now, I think they're reaching is like peak competitiveness, whereas like they're in top form versus like, DC's kind of been in the lulls, but like, with James Gunn really gone back to the forefront, I think, of like why people love comic movies so much. So shouts to him. And then, you know, Marvel, I think they're like, yeah, we're kind of not doing too well with the other medias that we've been putting out. Yeah, let's just get the Russo brothers and then they'll fix everything.
Well, they are also they are actually going hard on the games now, which like the new Marvel fighting game that they announced looks so good. I really want to see more of that. Yeah, it's really interesting to see them actually trying to go back into the games area. DC was always goated with animated films. The DC animated films are so good. They're so good.
Fair. 100%.
I don't even remember what the last one was that came out, but they're all good. But
there's a recent Batman one show that came out. I forgot what it was, chat. I think it was about a year ago, but I couldn't catch it.
Oh, yes. It was good. Well, is there anything else that chat wants to talk about?
Ooh, that's a great time for chat Q&A. I agree.
Wow.
Yeah, chat, come on. Ask all your questions.
Chat, what do you want to know?
We've got answers.
What do you want to talk about?
How y'all enjoy? No, this is not really degenerate. I wouldn't say this is degenerate gotcha, but like Umamusume. Have any of y'all been playing that? The horse girl
that just came out.
Anime turned gotcha game. Honestly, it looks fun, which is the crazy part. Like the angles, the way that like, you know, they show the horses racing. I'm like, bro, it's like kind of true to the anime and true to like real life a little. So
well, dude, they base all the races on the actual like real life races.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Yeah,
I haven't actually seen the thing or played it, but I've seen clips of it, and it looked like the show. Crazy animation.
The running is insane.
Yeah. It's ridiculous, actually.
I'm too scarred from anime gotchas to play another one. Like, I want to play solo leveling, but I used to play Love Live School Idol Festival, and then they showed.
Oh my god, no!
Yeah. So I only have screenshots of my account. Goodbye, thousands of dollars for my waifus. I loved them so much. Yeah.
So you're not scared? Are you not scared of, or do you just not care about gacha games like EOSing anymore and then losing the money?
I think I'm too far gone.
Okay, I was gonna say because it's funny hearing that and then knowing that you M60 Schwinn.
Yeah, no, I think we're just too far gone.
I mean, if I may ask, do we have like a specific game that we feel like is sort of like that guilty pleasure almost? Like we feel a little bit guilty or shy, like, oh, I kind of played that game.
Well, I mean, for guilty pleasure games though, I don't play this anymore because I was trying to cut down on the amount of gachas I play because I used to play way too many at one given time.
Yeah.
I used to play New Carnival.
New Carnival? I've never even heard of that.
I don't know what that
Carnival.
is.
Okay, I can't use the word because you'll get demonetized, but it's basically a BL. BL.
Okay.
There's some corn in it.
Oh, okay.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Corn, sweet corn.
Listen, I just really like the characters. Okay. I'll be honest. I enjoyed other parts of it too. But the thing is, in order to unlock this shit, you had to pay, and I didn't want to pay, so I would never actually unlock anything.
and now you pay for not corn. So now it's like you should have paid before.
I guess so.
Okay, so when's the Proxy Podcast After Dark episode?
Oh, true.
I mean, like after we kind of close up the Q&A, we can kind of, you know, have like a small segment.
Are you guys excited for Star Rail 3.4? I'm so excited.
Ooh,
I'm so excited, bro.
So out of the loop.
I need to catch up, but I am excited.
I saw people like reacting to the trailer, and I was like, I'm sure there's some lore in there that I probably would have forgot about back in the day.
A lot.
But I am. Oh, there you go. Quote: "The Lord Ravagers made me cream." So that's about what I've heard from that trailer. So.
Oh.
Yeah. sorry, this is gonna be a little self promo, but my friend Nicole, Scotty, and I, we actually have been working on a song that's actually very fitting for 3.4. Like the timing of everything worked out so perfectly. But we wrote a Fine On fan song for the contest, the Startle contest this year. Yeah. And the deadline was today, and we just posted it today.
Let's go.
And it's about Fine On.
It's good.
Oh, it's about Fine On. He's the main character of Amphorius, and we managed to guess basically everything correctly because we started the song when it was in 3.1.
Yeah,
where it was just theories. So then we wrote the song because we were like, okay, this is the vibe we're going for. We feel like this is gonna happen. We're just gonna guess. We're gonna make our lore assumptions, and we're just gonna hope it's okay.
Yeah.
Xiaoji gave us the script because
Xiaoji,
it was just everything lined up so perfectly. We got everything mostly right, seemingly. I mean, for the song and for the lore, and then it also is coming out at the same time. 3.4 is coming out with Fine On, and this is our fate. This is our fated destiny. Yeah, everyone, you should go listen to it.
Oh, okay. Have any of you actually watched Fate, like the series?
No.
I have watched. I always forget which one I watched, but it was the one where he said the line, "Things die when they're killed" or whatever, or people die when they're killed.
I don't remember which one that is.
Does it look older?
Unlimited.
Yeah, does it look older?
Is it if it looks older, it might be Unlimited Blade Works.
So I think. Well, I think it was. I think it was Unlimited Blade Works. I don't know how to talk about it without spoiling it.
No, I get that.
I mean, low key, I think at this point, it's Fate. It's been out for years. Like, I think we should be okay.
I plan on watching Giguk's, 30-minute Fate summed up video before the Fate collab comes out as my Fate.
I don't remember which one it was, but she has like the blindfold. She's hot. She's like barely wearing clothes, and they fought in a classroom. She was like hiding on the ceiling.
Oh, Ryder. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I think so.
Yes. Oh boy.
That one is the one I watched.
Controversial take. I'm not doing any of the Fate collab stuff. I'm just pulling for Fine On.
Wait, isn't it?
Is there a reason why?
What? Like you're not pulling for the character? Is there a story that they're doing with?
There is a story. What is
yes.
Yeah. There's an event in.
Yes. So essentially, the idea is that like. In terms of the Fate, we have the masters and the servants. So I generalize. I don't want to spoil it too much because I don't even know too much myself. But correct me if I'm wrong. Essentially, the HSR characters will be getting their own servants.
Oh, in the event, like in the event. Oh, yes. That makes sense.
Yes, and then there is one pseudo unreleased character who seems like they have one but doesn't, and that just might be more like the story oriented aspect of it for now, but that's what it's seeming to be in terms of the story, which is kind of cool. I do think they could pull it off. Be a really, really cool collab, but unfortunately, to hopefully Age's amusement, I will be pulling for Fine On instead, only because they're also, I'm not saying that the Fate collab is going to be bad, but I have bigger fish to fry when it comes to other characters. I think that, of course, since I'm pulling for Fine On, there are other characters down the road that might pair better with Fine On than some of the Fate characters. So I am doing it for Fine On, and then I'm building around Fine On. So that's my plan. Yeah.
Let's go.
It's just hard. It's just hard because HSR kind of forces you to kind of do that, right? It's not like Zenless Zone Zero. I can pull XY character, put them, mash them together, and be like, I can make it work if I parry or if like I play to the enemy. No, I literally have to. I only have 3 buttons to press, and if I fuck that up, it's all over. You know, so it's just like,
I think that's why the power creep's so bad in Star Rail, because you can't really do anything to make it better.
Yeah,
because it's so limited. I've just given up on pulling for meta. There's a bunch of characters I skipped that are very, very meta, and I have been suffering in the end game a bit, but I don't care. I'm just pulling for whoever the hell I'm simping for, so I'm having a great time.
Wait, did you skip Trippy? Shame! Shame! Shame on you! Shame!
I know. Listen. I had fucking My Day. I had Castorus. I had Phynon. I had Anoxa. I had the fake.
Who do you think supports all of them?
I need to give her a break, okay? She's resting. I'm not gonna pull her so she's constantly fighting for the rest of her life, okay? Okay, they just need to rest. They just need to rest. Have a break. Have a break. You guys are overworking the children. This is you're the ones that
Send them
are
back to the
honestly.
mines. Back to the
Honestly,
mines.
you guys are putting them in the
back to
mines.
the
I'm giving them
mines.
a nice relaxation.
To kind of use this as a
Jshoea.
springboard, we should all go around share some
Deep
lore. Yeah, that we haven't
That's the
shared with
thing.
each other.
I don't have deep lore. I have had nothing. I am unbelievably privileged. Like, I will say that I literally have not had like anything traumatic happen to me. So or like do anything cool. The coolest, I told Bibi this, the coolest thing that I've done is learn how to lasso while riding horseback.
That's still
how
cool.
it's
Yeah,
That's neat.
not
That's
everybody
just-
gets to
that's
get on a horse. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
When is the yo-yo era? I keep sending you those yo-yo TikToks. You gotta get
Oh,
into
did you send me
like,
more? I've only seen you send one.
I did. I sent you one, and then I keep seeing them, and I was like, I don't know if he wants me to send him more yo-yo TikToks, but you gotta do yo-yos now. Yo-yo would be such a sick hobby.
Yo-yoing,
Yes.
okay.
I do kind of want to get into yo because I have the HI3 Cinedina yo-yo that I got
Oh,
from
wait,
like
that's so
Oh,
sick.
neat.
Yeah.
and I think it would be cool to actually
that's
learn how to
so
yo-yo.
sick.
I've always wanted to learn how to yo-yo,
Yeah.
but I've never had the time to do it.
Most of my TikTok is just like men thirst trap yo-yo tricking. I don't know how I got there, but I'm like not mad about it though.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, let me
It's
learn how to
pretty great.
yo-yo, and then I can
Mhm.
thirst trap yo-yo.
A spin-off to
Perfect.
that, I heard Beyblades is coming back.
Oh,
really?
perfect.
What?
I heard
Really?
Beyblades. Beyblades X. Yeah, it's like the
Nah.
new generation. They're trying to make it happen, and they have
Listen.
nationals in Japan.
Damn.
Listen, I love Beyblade, but bring back Bakugan. That's where it's really at.
The OG.
That's what,
OG.
That's where we really need it. I loved rolling that was so sick, dude. As a kid, rolling your little guy onto the metal card
And
and,
it
turns
it
into-
folding.
yeah, I actually had so many.
Okay,
I can't say that I
we
will,
have horseback and lassoing. We have fire performing. We have
I feel like not much interesting stuff has happened for me, honestly. I mean, I guess I did do cadets before, like I mentioned just now. Air cadets in my city.
Uh-huh.
And then I did do some camps. One of them was that survival camp, which they taught us survival skills, I guess.
okay.
But
Not to be
And then-
ignorant, but is Air Cadets the equivalent of American Girl Scouts?
I'm not sure, but I'm guessing so. We didn't
What did you do?
necessarily. I don't know what Girl Scouts is. So basically, Air Cadets is like every week you meet up at a school that they rent, and then you kind of just learn about like some aviation stuff, general, I guess.
Oh,
Not army, but just general
Interesting.
Okay, yeah.
stuff
That's
in that
different.
field. And then if you do a specific camp, you can actually get your glider's license. But that one does require like
Oh.
studying and
that's
stuff.
sick.
So were you
Yeah,
just
so there's a bunch of
interested in that,
different
or did
ones.
you have like a family member that was in the army?
No, I think because my parents signed me up for it for extracurricular.
Ah, I see.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
classic.
see,
and I'm not a quitter,
There you
so I
go.
just stuck with it.
Real.
But I mean, it's pretty cool because once you basically the longer you stay, right, you kind of get ranks,
Yeah.
and then as you get a higher rank, you get more responsibility. Like at a certain point, I was not in charge of a squad, but I was like one of like the second in command, I guess. And then you have to teach lessons and things. So
Dude.
there's just a bunch of different experiences, and then sometimes you go on trips to do just like camping stuff like that
Okay.
as a entire squad, and we also had to give out poppies on Remembrance Day, things like that.
Oh boy, Remembrance Day. Uh-oh.
So if I'm
Flashbacks.
on a stranded island, I'm not bringing those two. I'm bringing Age.
Real.
It was just basic. I only took the basic survival camp, the basic one. So
Yeah.
I'll try my best, but
Okay, but just for context, Girl Scouts is like they do some like outdoors like survival stuff, but like the other half of the time they're selling cookies.
yeah, I know.
They're
those
so
cookies.
good.
They're so good.
They're
Okay,
really
fair
good.
Girl Scout
So
cookies, go.
The best answer is Thin Mints, obviously,
Yeah.
but you have to freeze them. You have to put them in the freezer.
Freeze them.
Yeah, you have to put them in
Okay.
the freezer, and that's how they're
Okay,
good.
yeah.
I don't even remember.
Yeah,
I
you're
don't remember
tapped
the
in.
name
You're
of my
tapped
favorite
in.
ones.
Okay.
It's the ones that have coconut in them. I forget what it's called.
Samoas.
Samoas, yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, not to burst
delicious.
everybody's bubbles, but you can literally buy Girl Scout cookies at
Yes,
the
I know, I want
supermarket.
ones.
Yeah, the non-branded ones.
You can do that. But it's not as special.
It
You're
is.
not, like-
You're right. You're right. The boxing
Yeah.
and everything, the experience. I agree.
There's
I agree.
no love in the cookies if you just buy it from the grocery
exactly.
store. Did
There's
your
something
school
just so
have you
wholesome
do
about buying
that?
it from a little kid. Oh, for us,
Like sell cookies?
My
No,
school
we didn't sell cookies.
didn't sell cookies directly, but they had Girl Scouts come every now and then.
My school actively, like every year within elementary school, they would give out like a
oh,
they would want it was like cookie dough. Like they were like our schools were sponsored
Oh.
by like a cookie dough company.
Oh,
And
wait,
so
I've
we would
done
I know
that
exactly what you're
before.
talking
Oh my
about.
God.
Yeah.
Wait a
And you
minute.
would like compete to see who could sell the most cookie dough for this fucking company.
Bro.
And thinking about it now, it's like was that just free child work?
Yes,
Because we
it
literally
was.
went door to door like, dude, please buy my cookies.
Being
Oh,
subjected to an MLM at a young age is crazy.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Canadian, we didn't
That's
get this.
repressed, bro.
Mhm.
we didn't like sell cookies, but there was these events where you would essentially try to get donations from family members and friends, and then if you hit certain milestones for donations for the charity or whatnot, you would get random toy prizes.
Yep.
Like it depends, like those
Oh.
ones. So we had that.
That's good. Yeah, we had the cookie dough one, and then funny enough, actually, my elementary school also would have a regular like yo-yo professional come to the school and sell
Oh.
like yo-yos, and that's why I always
Dang.
wanted to like do yo-yo when I was a kid. I was like, dude, that's so cool. Because the PE, they would literally just have the yo-yo master just
Yeah.
going on stage and do a performance for the entire elementary school, and everyone was like, walk the dog, and he was
Walk the
literally
dog.
just walking across the stage. But yeah, that was it. Josh,
So
what did you
cute.
do? What's your deep lore? What have you done?
Okay, I have two
Yeah.
stories because I have a story that
Oh.
kind of relates to the school and pyramid scheming and stuff. Because in high school, I was a part of a volunteering club.
Oh,
It's called Heart in Motion. Wow, what a cute name, right? And we
Wow.
would go around, we would help out, in different like charity stuff, and like we would volunteer like a bunch of people to, go help out on like, the Kaiser women's run, or like Nike's, whatever women's run, or stuff for like just like general like volunteering for like charity work as well as like community events. So I became the secretary for my school, and it got so popular, this program, it got so popular that we branched out to almost all the schools. And I used to live in San Francisco. I don't live now, but it used to branch out to all the public schools and even one private school in San Francisco. So it was like very well known,
Wow.
this organization. Because normally
Okay.
those organizations don't like pop up a lot, with the exception of like, what's the cancer, Red Cross. There we go. Like, I don't know if you guys had Red Cross. Yeah. So, my school had Red Cross, but yeah, this was like a growing organization. I was the secretary for my school's branch.
holy boy.
And we were I was helping out to like dish out people because I was the secretary. I was like, the person who everybody goes through, yada yada yada. And then in my year 2.5 of being the secretary, I came across some talk with my other with like people in position, like the vice president, what do you call it, Chet? what do you guys call it? Like the
Council?
Council. Yeah. The council. Yeah.
The council?
Yeah. Other council peoples. And in the year that we just came into, one of the girls who became vice president, we found out had a situation with the owner of the organization. And that, and we were like, oh, that's interesting, because she was a junior and he was headed to college. So there was a little bit of a drama there. And then that was the catalyst that allowed, or not really allowed us, but like that kind of gave us the opening to dig a little bit deeper into things. And our treasurer was the one who found this out. The person who created the organization, I'm not going to say his name, let's just call him Mr. E, was funneling funds that we had raised from the organization to pay for his entire college.
What? That's
Wow.
crazy.
Yeah.
Dang.
And so for context, you guys might be wondering, this is a charity organization. We help out charities. How do you get money? Well, the organizations would pay our, let's say Nike, right? They would pay to get a certain amount of volunteers to go help and volunteer out for the events. So all these events that are going on week by week by week, they were all paying our organization to help fund some volunteers. So all that money and even merch money, because everybody wanted a Hard in Motion shirt or a t-shirt, because like, oh, I'm a part of the, volunteering cool club. All that money went to go pay for his stuff, and none of it ever came out to us because, of course, we were volunteers and yada yada yada. And it was like, whoa! Did he ever get in trouble? No, because we couldn't actually put in an investigation for it.
That's crazy.
What? So bro just got a W on his end.
Oof.
That makes no sense.
He comes out of high school. Yeah, I started a volunteer organization, and behind the books, that organization actually paid for my entire college fund. But my personal lore, I used to I was competing in competitive abacus.
Well,
What?
Dang.
Yes. So
That's
for context, the abacus is an old Chinese calculator that has beads and stuff. I have mine back there, but it's kind of hard to showcase it. How did you compete, you may ask?
Like speed?
Yes. So you
like
would
a
compete.
math-a-thon?
Yes.
Like cup stacking?
Yes, it's like cup stacking, but for arithmetic. And it would be like, who can, calculate the craziest numbers, like the most accurate and the most quick. And I went to Hong Kong.
That's so unique.
And they didn't go by first, second, or third, because there were way too many kids who did it in Asia. Because you would expect this is more of like an Asian thing.
How old were you when you were doing this?
I was from around 8 to 14 when I got into this.
Wow.
And that's because my parents, of course, it's parents.
So you were goated?
If you went kind of, but not really, because by the end of it, I didn't win the entire thing, but I placed in the gold placement, which only the top, like, I think it wasn't 100. I think it was like 25 or 50 kids placed. And then there was like a master thing where it was the top 10, and then it was gold, and then silver, and then bronze, because there were too many kids.
But you were goated. You were goated, is what you're saying.
It was all abacus. I don't know.
Did you get any reward from that?
I got a trophy, but like, you aren't coming back to the States being like, yo guys, I won the national, I got gold in the national abacus, right? Like, people want to see you. Oh, I won a soccer championship. I won a basketball championship, which I did play basketball when I was a kid. Yeah, I did not come back to school the next day saying I won an abacus competition.
So you played basketball. Did anyone play any? I played baseball and soccer, and then when I was like 13, 14, I was like, sports are stupid. And then I never did anything active ever again. So that's where I stopped. But baseball was fun.
I did
I was on the
marching band in
softball team
high
in middle
school.
school.
Oh wait, you
Nice.
did softball?
Oh.
Only in middle school. Only in middle school. Only in middle school.
Okay, right. Yeah, I did band in high school, but I wasn't like with the band. I was with like the performers with the band. So like, you know, like the girls that like do the flag stuff.
Yeah.
And they
Oh
like
yeah,
do all
yeah,
that. Yeah. Color guard, I think is what it's called now.
Color guard. Yes. Yeah.
That's what I did. I did color guard, which
Dude,
probably makes
hell
sense.
yeah.
With
Oh, 'cause
being
the fire
like
performing.
correct. Yeah, the pipeline
Okay,
from
okay.
color guard to like fire performing, and then I did ballroom dance for a while also. But yeah,
Oh.
Crazy. See
God,
what I'm saying?
okay.
That's what I'm saying. BB did
Holy.
so much shit.
listen, you want to learn how to do the tango? I got you.
Yes.
All I know is
I
from the
was sending
anime.
BB so many TikToks of like, I want to learn how to dance so bad. BB never mentioned the ballroom dancing ever. And then she mentioned it on stream, and I was like, what the fuck? I messaged her immediately after. I was like, I'm so fucking upset that you did not mention ever that you knew how to dance this
Listen,
entire
I'm just not trying to put all the attention on me.
time.
She's a humble queen.
Humble
Right.
queen, really true.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I can't dance.
I stopped right before marching band, unfortunately. I wish I had kept going, but I played the alto sax,
Hey.
and
Ooh.
I was first chair. And let me explain why. I was the
Okay.
only saxophone. I was
Okay.
the only saxophone player, so
Oh.
there was no other chairs. But I will say, being the only saxophone player was unbelievably stressful, because if you do mess up, they will hear
Yeah.
it.
Mhm,
Yeah,
They
yeah.
will hear it.
Mhm.
But yeah, I stopped right before March. I wish I had gone into it though, because it does look so sick. But that was when I was like, dude, being active is lame. I'm
Mood?
quitting this right now.
We don't have marching bands in Canada in schools,
Ooh.
so
At all? Really?
fair.
That's crazy.
we just have regular band and strings, like orchestra,
Yeah.
but we don't have the marching ones. So all of these terms you guys are using, I'm like, I don't know what the hell that is.
The only thing I got out of marching band was my summer robbed of me because we had to drill on the football field multiple days a week in the hot summer Florida.
Mhm.
Ooh,
Yeah.
but it was
Oh, I
it
drilled
was worth
there.
it. It was worth it, I guess.
Wait, so
got your
you
birth.
lived in Florida?
Yeah. Hmm.
So did you go to Disney World or Universal?
Yeah,
Like-
all the time.
Dude, hell yeah.
Because like, if you live in Florida, you probably have like the Florida resident like discount or like the
Right.
membership
Oh.
pass, and then you just like do that on like the weekend or like a holiday or
Damn.
downtime. You're like, oh, well, just go to Orlando and go to Disney or
Okay.
go to Universal or whatever. Yeah.
Favorite park?
Favorite park?
At Disney?
Disney Animal Kingdom all the way. Animal Kingdom is
Really?
so
Ooh,
goated.
okay.
Oh yeah, I think Animal Kingdom
Okay.
is really slept on actually with Disney.
I will
Like-
say that was my least favorite park until they added the Yeti. The Yeti was
Yeah.
so fucking cool.
And they added like Avatar stuff now also.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Oh,
I
did they
definitely
really?
yeah,
Ooh.
way better now. But Epcot and Animal Kingdom are probably goated.
Yeah.
Universal the Magic Kingdom's okay, but it's so like family oriented. You know what I mean? It's for the babies.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
Literally, this stream I was mentioning, this is not the Disney specifically, just the neighbor next over with Universal, Epic Universe. I'm
Mhm.
thinking of going, like, just taking a random trip later this year just to go visit. Because,
Ooh.
yeah, I mean, I already have the Mario World over it because I live in California.
Mhm.
So I already have Mario World. I don't think there's Jurassic stuff in Epic Universe. I know there's Harry Potter, which I've already been on those rides. There's some
They've updated them.
yeah, there's some really cool ones there to visit. They have a Donkey Kong. They have like Mario and Donkey Kong, so that's kind of cool.
Really?
Yeah.
I will say when I went to Universal pretty recently, and I had never. It was the first time that I had gone when they added like the full Harry Potter stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like when I first went, they only had like 2 Harry Potter rides, and that was literally it. But now they have like the whole. Like there's an entire Harry Potter. Like you can get on the train and like go to Hogwarts. And there's like a
Definitely.
whole secret, like there's literally a secret wall that you can go through that leads to an entire other section of the park that is just all Harry Potter.
yeah.
and then
That's
when
cool.
you take the train, it's like a 5-minute like immersive train ride where they have like the ghost things. Has anyone watched Harry Potter?
Yes, the
Dementors.
yeah.
For a long
Dementors.
time
Yes,
ago,
yes, yes, yes,
yeah.
yes. Dementors. They have like the Dementors like attack the train, and they have like shadows walk
Oh,
by
that's
on like
so
the doors
cool.
to make it seem like the cast is walking by. And yeah, it's really cool. And so that was super sick. But they got rid of Jaws. I love
Yeah,
sharks
I
so much, and they
agree,
got rid of the
yeah.
Jaws ride, and it's so sad.
That was like a
It's
long
so
time ago
sad.
that they
I
got rid of
know.
Jaws. Like ancient time.
I miss
I don't
it.
even think I've seen Jaws. That's how long
Really?
ago that happened.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dude, Jaws was great.
Huh.
I loved that ride. I was like 5 when I was riding it originally.
Mhm.
It was so good.
Yeah.
The Spider-Man ride that's at Universal's, goated. The Transformers one is also pretty cool. I was like 13, 14.
Yeah.
I'm lactose intolerant.
Ah.
Right?
Oh,
And-
say
But I don't
less.
care. 'Cause
I already know how the
Mwah.
story goes. There's this one time I went to the one near, like in my city.
Yeah.
There's only one really, Wonderland, and it's not really an interesting story or anything. But that one day we went and we stayed all the way until closing, and then
Wait, I need to fix this.
so essentially because there was like everyone had left, right? So it was basically just us and a few other groups that were left on one of the roller coasters. So we were able to basically stay on the roller coaster actually without having to get off, and they just let us go around the loop. They just let us keep going. So that was pretty fun. But
Hey.
in terms of interesting stories, not really. I tried going to one of the Halloween events, like the haunted houses at the theme
Ooh,
park,
fun.
but it ended up not being fun at all because it's so busy.
Yeah.
And then you basically go into the house in a line. So you kind of know when people are going to scare. Well, first
For
you're
sure,
surrounded by
yeah.
people, right? You're in a line, right? So it's not scary to begin with like that. And then you also can hear where the people are scaring.
Yeah.
And then so then my entire experience was me awkwardly making eye contact with the actors before they could scare me. And when they see you, they're not going to scare you, right? Because there's no point. So they'll just wait for someone else who isn't noticing so they can actually get the scare in. So then
Yeah.
it's just like nothing happened. It was just waiting in a line for a really
Nah,
stuffy
that's your fault though.
house.
That's your fault, okay? I've been to Halloween, the Universal Horror Night, and yes, they like it's incredibly crowded. So like, if anybody has been to Universal Hollywood's Horror Night, like you guys know how popular those things are, and they pretty much like it's glorified like Halloween houses with different themes. My favorite was the Stranger Things one that they had a couple years ago, but yeah, like I know exactly what you mean, Age, in terms of the experience of like, yeah, like you're kind of crammed in there, like you're kind of just going through the motions a little bit. Yeah. But that's your fault, all right? You aren't immersed. You don't want to get immersed, okay? You gotta let yourself
My
be
bad,
scared.
my bad. No, because I remember when I was younger and I saw one of the flyers because they had the concept of it was like a clown circus tent or a circus. It was a circus tent that was where basically where all the performers died and then now they come back to haunt. So I didn't go that year because I was super young, but that like lived in my head for so long. So later, when I went back later in a future year to one of the Halloween haunts, I thought it was gonna be like pretty spooky, right? Because I had it built up in my head, and then it ended up being that like kind of haunted house in a line type beat. So
For sure.
it wasn't really that scary. But I'm sure if I went to an actual like haunted house where it wasn't done in a super crowded and lined manner, I would probably lose my fucking shit.
Haunted houses are fun.
I'm not good with horror because I get startled very easily.
You gotta do
I get startled with
the,
my gacha games.
the Disney one, the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween then. 'Cause that's just
Ooh,
cute.
yeah,
and
that one's
adorable
cute.
and
Never even heard of that
fun. I like that one.
Yeah. For us over here, we have Oogie Boogie Night, which is the exact same thing.
Yeah.
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 I don't
I've
think
never been
heard
to
of Oogie Boogie
Disney
Night.
in California. That'd be interesting. Stop.
It's just
guess.
smaller.
Yeah. You know, you can't always have 4 parks and 2 water parks under your Disney belt, plus like 4
Yeah.
hotels. Yeah, I get it.
We are trying to expand though, I heard. We're trying to get I know you guys have enough room for a whole park for villains, which I heard was going up pretty soon in a couple years. And then we are getting a small subsection of that attached to California because we have two parks. We have the OG Disney and we have California Adventure. So that small section is going to be like half of what you guys have.
There was one time that I went to Fright Fest. This was actually recent. I went to Fright Fest with it was the girl that I was talking to at the time, and then two of my other friends. And I was like, I had a sinus infection. Not the greatest idea to go to a theme park when you have a sinus infection. But at the time, I didn't know that it was a sinus infection. I thought it was just like, a cold. Do you know what happens when your sinuses are blocked and you ride a ride that has 4 loops?
Nope. But I'm sure I'm about to find out.
It will send mucus to your entire system.
Oh,
I thought it was like a ear thing.
Just in my lungs and every single part of my system. By the time we left Six Flags, I literally did not have a voice. I physically could not speak. And we went to IHOP after, and I had to have the people I was with order for me because I physically couldn't speak.
Oh, no.
I was trying to be like pancakes, but it was like, I was like, please. And they're like, he'll take the pancakes. And I was like, God damn it. But yeah, so recommend not riding at least roller coasters that go upside down.
Yeah.
While you are
understandable.
Sick. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've never gotten sick at a theme park.
Not yet.
The only times I've vomited are from food poisoning. So.
But yeah, I mean, if we want to continue talking, I know there was some after dark stuff. I don't know if you guys, I don't know what you guys want to talk about, but we can yap about after dark stuff later.
What is after dark stuff?
You guys will have to find out in the after dark segment wherever we put it.
It'll be on the Proxy Podcast Patreon that's now live.
Oh yes, and you guys can also get discounts on Proxy Podcast merch that we obviously have. Yes,
that's a joke, by the way, chat. We do not have that.
But we could.
We
could. You never know. Yeah, I mean, let's wrap it up. Let's do a little outros and introductions. Thank you guys so much for watching. Today's episode was fun, all over the place. Sporadic.
Good yaps.
And a lot of good yaps. Let's go in reverse order and first thank our special guest of today, Bibi. Thank you so much for swinging on by.
Yeah, I had a good time. It was fun to just yap. Not about Zenless for once. I feel like I yap about Zenless enough every single day with Twitch chat. So it's like cool to get to know everyone on a non-Zenless basis, you know? Like when we all played Repo. We gotta do that again.
Yeah!
Yes, I know we all agreed to it, and then that was like the end of that, but we should definitely do it again.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of
also
updates.
whatever that new one is.
Peak.
Whatever the
peak. We have to do a peak stream.
You can find me on twitch.tv/Bibi or YouTube. It's Bibi vtuber over there though. On Twitter, Twitter's been kind of popping off recently with Zenless tweets. I don't know what is going on with that, but you can find me there too, I guess. I just do Zenless endgame tower slamming. I don't know. That's what everyone calls me now. They're just like, you're just an endgame slammer now, and I'm like, okay, I guess that's what it is. I love Ching-E and Fufu and Shifu currently. So if you're interested in seeing more of that, come hang out and watch DA.
My name's Az. I stream on YouTube and Twitch at Azrael Vanity. I'm Azrael Vanity on everything, actually. Thank goodness that name is not taken anywhere. So,
lucky.
Yeah, I know. I lucked out. I normally do Zenless lore, but as I mentioned at the start, we're going to be doing a lot more variety. I just finished Five Nights at Freddy's recently, so the whole thing is on the channel there. We're going to be doing... I was going to be playing the P5 gacha game like after this, but my headphones died, so we're going to... And also, I haven't had dinner, so I'll probably... It might be a late stream. If not, I'll move it to tomorrow. But anyway, we're starting Expedition 33 soon. I have a whole list of variety games that we'll be doing, so look forward to that. And yeah, thank you guys for hosting the podcast again. Bibi, thank you so much for joining. It was great having you here and not talking about Zenless. It was actually great having this was a real podcast episode. Let's go, goated. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it.
Hello, I am HKK. One of your hosts, I guess. I play lots of Zenless. Surprise! I also play WUWA, Star Rail, Reverse, and Expedition 33, and love story. I usually cover story reactions and things like that, and I also have been working on music, as talked about earlier. So if you guys are interested in any of those things, then come check me out on Twitch, YouTube. Recently, I've started multi-streaming to kick in Twitter as well, but my main platforms are YouTube and Twitch. So yeah, that's me. Today was really fun. I love yapping, and yapping is what we do. So
also, again, don't be shy. What's the name of the cover again for everybody so you guys can look it up?
It's called Hymn of Dawn, like HYMN of Dawn. A Fine On fan song. If you search that on YouTube, you should be able to get it. And yeah, I'm really proud of it. Nicole and Scotty worked super hard. Enigma popped off the animation, the art, Kashiko, amazing. So go check it out if you guys like Star Rail and want to listen to a banger. Yeah.
If I listen to it on stream, are you gonna copyright me?
I made the exact same joke, bro. No. I made the exact same joke.
I mean, it's safe right now. Nothing's copyrighted yet. So. You go for it.
Let's go.
But yeah, make sure you guys go check out the music video. And hey, it's your boy Josh. We do also a bunch of Zenless Zone Zero content. I'm catching up to actually posting a lot of the stuff that I wanted to do. And I'm starting to branch out. You guys may have noticed that I'm doing a few more like essay type of videos on the games that I'm covering. The WUWA one will come out soon. Genshin 1, Monka, but you know, sometimes the reception to videos isn't what you expected. But I just finished my tournament on the Run and Bun challenge, which that video is going to come out pretty soon. It's going to be a recap of that whole 2-week event where we put together some of the best Zenless Zone Zero players and we forced them to use the worst units. But let us all wave goodbye. Thank you guys so much for listening to the Proxy Podcast. I'll see you guys in the next one. And then Bibi, just like wiggle your just wiggle. There,
yeah,
there we go.
Wiggle. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, wiggle. Bye.
There we go. All right.